Okay, so a Bitcoin weekend update. Let's go over Bitcoin again. Let's make sense of the charts and understand what we can be mostly expecting in the future, not just in potential trades we can take, but realistic price fluctuations and how we can not just take profits, but set ourselves up to protect our account and, of course, conserve capital for really, really good deals. So yesterday I did go over a short position I closed out and a long position I opened up. Now, the next day, we, or at least I personally cannot invalidate this purple area just yet, in my opinion, because we do not have a confirmed uptrend. So far, we're holding below this swing high. So far, we have not proven that we will be making a higher low to try to reverse a, you know, this to go higher and invalidate this area. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remind everyone of important U.S. economic data that is expected to happen soon. We have an FOMC meeting June 18, and this is of course going to highly influence the price. Personally, I'm just expecting rates to stay the same and Jerome Powell to once again say that he is not in a hurry and he would rather just wait on more clear evidence that we're making progress in inflation, um, tied with the tariff concerns that he has as well. So right now, when it comes to Bitcoin, I said yesterday, I don't plan to add more to the swing trade unless we are either in deep discounted value or we break over previous swing high, confirming a overall higher high, breaking out of this downtrend. And this can unfold in a few ways. So it is Saturday. I cannot take any positions. I primarily like to trade ETFs tied to Bitcoin. I'm not too much of a spot trader, so I have no choice but to wait till Monday. But of course, we can still make sense of the charts and prepare for U.S. market open on Monday. So what we have right now is a little bit of a push higher, right? So the price goes up and has a actual noticeable little bit of a correction before it goes up higher. Now at this time, when it had the correction, it would not be enough to fill in a proper retracement. So what I am doing is I am still paying attention to this area as a potential bottom on a little bit of a for to form a little bit of a higher low for the price to continue to go much higher, um, to try to see if we're going to invalidate this area or not. But we're still looking at it. So it can either unfold by simply just continuing to trend from here, but and this isn't super significant, but like small picture supports, however you want to draw them, have been now they're breaking, and instead we're going to see if micro supports and the 120 moving average are enough to hold the price higher. Now I'm not going to be trading this small noise fluctuation. I do plan to continue trading short term, regardless of opening up that swing trade. I do want to take very short term trades to take advantage of short term fluctuation on what can be potentially a low, but we do not have that confirmed just yet. It takes all the stuff I just said a moment ago to confirm an uptrend. So here's what I'm doing and how I'm planning to trade a potential continuation of the price higher, but still protect my position, protect my portfolio, conserve capital to then buy at a much more attractive deal within the purple below 100k before Bitcoin goes much higher. You guys already know that I'm expecting Bitcoin to go much higher this year. So I'm trying to prepare for that. But basically, right now, what we have is a potential for the price to come down finally within this small structure and try to find support within a simple retracement tool. So support, honestly, due to on the 2 and 4 hour time frames, there's some decent imbalance right here. So ideally, it's not just finding support in here, but we can potentially go all the way down to like even 101,000, and it will still be considered a higher low. But it will still be a really nice retracement. But I'm keeping an eye on this area regardless, so we can come down. I'm going to take this person who has a chance to accumulate a small long position, position sizing focusing in on that, and then of course with a tight stop loss of course being the previous swing low. This would allow me to let the price still come down a little bit more to potentially 101. It still gives it a little bit more room due to the imbalances right here, but I'm still focusing on this. But it will allow the price to come down a little bit before wanting to push higher. So I plan to, once we start entering the blue, DCAing small long positions for a short-term trade to see if we can find support, and then sell the moment we maximize this yellow area, or even potentially break over a little bit and revisit previous resistances. This can potentially go even higher just because we have a pretty decent fib structure to keep an eye on up here as well. So we can potentially go all the way up to like 110 to like 111, even $112,000 before we can see if we're going to have an overall bigger bullish confirmation forming. So until that happens, I'm either looking at support down here to accumulate short-term small long positions, or the price is going to go up higher, and then we're going to see if we can break over the 107.5k area and potentially visit this as a overall bigger like bullish correction, and then see what happens from there. And I'll keep you guys updated on any potential supports if we do go up here, any potential supports and any potential areas we really need to keep an eye on to then know when to take some trades. But as of right now, I do not have any short-term positions. Instead, I'm just going to let the price do its thing. If it goes up higher, I have other long positions to take advantage of that as we continue through the 2025 bull run. But we are still below this swing high. We are still below the 0.5 retracement at 106,208 for this whole move down. So what I'm just focusing on right now and being patient with, I want to see if the prices come down, break the swing low, come down and try to find support between 101 and like 103k ideally, but see if we can come down here, accumulate small long positions, sell at resistance areas, so that will be like 107.5k, and if there's still bullish momentum, then just shave the position instead of selling out completely to see if we can come into this area up here and lock in some profit. That's how I'm approaching it. Of course, if I do open up some longs right here, if the opportunity presents itself, stop loss at the previous swing low, allowing it, giving enough room for the price to fluctuate. If the SL gets triggered, in my opinion, we're gonna enter this deep value area where I plan to aggressively accumulate long positions and hold on to them as we continue the rest of this bull run that I'm expecting to be much higher. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I did accumulate yesterday. I said I accumulated earlier than I wanted to because this is a very, very bullish V-shaped recovery. It's holding very strong, and the RSI is not exhausting itself to the premium side. So there's potential for the price to keep going higher. Of course, again, it can either just max out the yellow, or it can even potentially very, very easily, as long as we hold this support area and don't break below it, we can easily come into this blue area as well. But that's just speculation at the moment. I'm just going to focus on the structures and positioning myself to take advantage of those trades. So basically, again, as of right now, due to the short-term just price breaking over the 120 moving average aggressively, we can still come down to it. We can come down a little bit, try to find support, take some small, some small long positions, tight SL to conserve capital for a much better deal. But if we don't end up breaking below this, when we go higher, then of course that's the whole point of the long position that will be opened up within this area to take advantage of higher prices, and then begin to sell the position portion by portion as we hit resistance areas. So the 0.5 resistance, 0.618 resistance, so 106,200, 107,500, and then seeing if this area will hit. And if we do hit this area, I would then start to consider the potential of, invalidating this area, not paying attention to it anymore, and instead looking at, any support areas that can be formed with either imbalance areas or following the price higher. Um, as of right now, since we don't have that bullish momentum yet, we're still below the swing high. It'll be as simple as just following the price higher with a fib tool to use as a support. And then if that holds valid, we can finally um, see new highs being created once again. But this can take a minute. We still have Sunday. We still have a lot of price fluctuations due to the anticipation of whatever the Fed meeting is going to look like, and then after that, then we'll have a much better idea where the liquidity and volume really wants to push Bitcoin on what direction it wants to. But as of right now, until then, again, I'm just being patient. I'm not taking any shorts or longs because we don't have confirmation just yet on rather topped out or if it's a good time to buy. Definitely, it's not a good time to buy. I mean, we're pretty overextended a little bit. The price could easily come down into support to try to bottom out the RSI. If the RSI bottoms out and we're still holding above 101K, that's very bullish. It shows that there's bullish momentum, but still very important to pay attention to position sizing and any SLs. So yeah, we'll keep trading. I'll keep you guys updated on what the what any trades I take once we go into this good buy area. And then from there, focus on sell points to see if the price is going to hold support and go up higher. So very simple. There's not really much to say right now. We're just waiting to see if we're going to hold a higher low down here. This does open the opportunity though for an inverse head and shoulders. These I don't really pay attention to these patterns too much, but it is very it is worth noticing where we have the shoulder head right here. We can form the other shoulder and then push up into resistance area. So this is very, very bullish. But again, it's all going to depend on whether or not we can hold support. And then again, I'll keep you guys updated on how I'm managing the trade once I finally open it, once I get the open signal. And then I'll keep you guys updated on what that position looks like. But as of right now, I'm just being patient. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.